Hey guys, welcome back. So this is my miter saw station and it is wonderful. There is not one thing that I would change about it. I love it the way it is. Two of the reasons why I really love this thing is it has some good dust collection. It helps to keep the dust down, as well as it has this adjustable stop for helping to make repeatable cuts. And when it comes to woodworking, making repeatable cuts is very important. For instance, if you're building some cabinet doors, you want your rails and stiles to be exactly the same length. And this here is the miter saw that I bring with me to job sites. Now, I mainly use this saw for installing hardwood flooring, as well as cutting baseboard and door casings and window casings with it. So in this video, I'm going to build some extension wings that mount to the stand on either side so that I can have the benefit of my miter saw station here in the shop with an adjustable stop. Now I'm going to be building this from 3/4 inch birch plywood, and I've already gone ahead and made some G-code for my CNC router to cut out all the parts that I'm going to need. Now you don't need a CNC router to make this. You can easily do this with a table saw and a router. I'm just using the CNC because I have it and it makes easy work of this project. So let's load up the CNC and we'll get this robot to work. Now that I have all the parts cut out and I have the edges sanded and I gave everything an 1/8 inch round over, I think now I'm going to install the T-track, and I think doing it now is going to be easier than doing it later when it's all assembled. Now it's time to assemble this thing, and I'm going to glue and pocket hole screw the majority of this together. And I have to do this in such a way because some of those pocket hole screws are going to be hard to get at if I was to assemble the whole box frame part in one piece. So I'm going to have to do it in a certain sequence or a certain order in order to make this go together well. Now, the way I designed this to fasten to the stand, I think is actually a pretty genius way. And believe me, I scratched my head on this probably for hours, just standing here looking and trying to come up with a way to get this to fasten well and securely. And I'll show you here what I have. What it is just a block of HDPE that I put a threaded insert in, and it's got two beveled edges on it and a flat spot. Kind of looks like a top hat almost. So on the saw side of the stand, that one there just slides in there perfectly, and it's below the surface of the stand so that the base gets snugged right up nice and tight to the stand. And then I have an identical one on the other side that slides into here. And same deal, gets screwed down and it gets fastened. So let me show you. And then with that side on, we just get that lined up and slide it in. And then this is why we put the holes in here, so that we can access the head of that bolt and we can tighten it down. You have to do this in a certain order. We're tightening up the arm support first. And then with that one tightened up, we can just slide it up to the saw and then tighten it down. And we come perfectly flush. That's the beauty of using a CNC. If you take accurate measurements with some calipers, you can get some accurate results. Now we need to make the stop for the T-track, and you may have noticed that I set the T-track back away from the fence of the saw. The reason for that is I want the stop to be out of the way and in the way when I need it or don't need it. I don't know if that's confusing or not to you, but that sounded confusing to me just as I said it. So I want the stop to be able to flip out of the way when I don't need it, and then I'll be able to flip it down rather than having to like remove it off completely, and then also losing the position of that stop too. It'd be nice to be able to just have it flip out of the way on a hinge. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna make the knob for that adjustable stop out of some scrap HDPE that I have. It's a high density polyethylene, I think that's what they call it. And it's just some scraps that I had left over from some patio chairs that I've been making. So let's do it. There you have it. I am beyond thrilled with this and how it operates. And I gotta be honest with you, I've already had it on a trim job this past week, and it was great. It was quite the joy to use. Yeah, just batching out a whole bunch of window casing cuts. It was super quick. Having that adjustable stop was awesome. I should have made this years ago. Now, I'm not the first person to come up with this idea. There's lots of videos on YouTube of guys making their own, and the one thing that I noticed was they're all big, bulky, and heavy looking, and I wanted to get away from that look, so I went with this very simple design, which is essentially just a center box that gets mounted to the stand, and then the top gets mounted to that. And then what I did was I decided to cut away where the wood wasn't necessary, and it still makes for a rigid stand. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss when I upload a new video. And like always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.